Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Jeff in Tech in English, and today we shall discuss about the latest offering from Motorola, the Moto Edge 40. Firstly, let us see the specialities of this phone. It's the world's slimmest 5G phone with IP68 underwater protection, world's first MediaTek Dimensity 8020 processor, segment's first 144Hz 3D curved display with edge lights, the segment's first phone with eSIM, and the segment's first phone with wireless charging of 15 volt. Now let's see what's inside the box. The packaging is eco-friendly, kudos, documents, SIM ejector tool, TPU case, 68 volt charger, and a type C to C cable. Now the build quality and the colors of this phone. The phone comes in three colors: Eclipse Black, Nebula Green, and Luna Blue. Now the colors Eclipse Black and Nebula Green variants, they've got the vegan leather back, and the Luna Blue variant comes with PMMA or acrylic glass back, or in simple terms, hard plastic. The vegan leather back is clearly the more appealing one visually in between the two, and makes one fully pleased and content in regards to money spent and in-hand feel. And the phone is aesthetically shredded and lightweight with 7.49mm thickness and 167 grams of weight. Now for comparison, the Nothing Phone 1 is 8.3mm thickness and 193.5 grams in weight, making it the heaviest one in the lot, while the Poco F5 is 7.9mm in thickness and 181 grams of weight. So clearly, Motorola Edge 40 is brutally dominating the higher-ups in the price segment with its toned-down physique and motivating the thicker ones to spend rise if they want to maintain their push in the market. Now in regards to the ports and buttons, on the bottom side we've got the SIM card tray, the Type-C port, the microphone and the speaker. On the right side we've got the power button and the volume rocker. On the top side we've got the noise cancellation mic and the imprint advocating that it supports Dolby Atmos, and the left side is vacant. The phone supports one 5G SIM and an eSIM. Now regarding the display, the phone got a massive 6.55-inch Full HD Plus P OLED display with a resolution support of 1080 by 2400 pixels. And as I mentioned before, it's got a curved display with a max refresh rate of 144Hz. Now by default, the refresh rate is set at 120Hz, but we can also have adaptive refresh rate if we select the option Auto, where we can get adaptive values of 60, 90 and 120Hz refresh rate. We can also juice up the refresh rate up to 144Hz, but be mindful regarding the battery usage. The phone is creamy smooth to use, and the P OLED display provides nice vibrant colors, wide viewing angles, sharp contrast, deep black and crispy white. The phone has HDR10+ support, 100% DCI P3 color gamut, and 92% screen to body ratio, meaning less bezels. Now the phone has wideband L1 support. As of now, the HDR capability is shown as none in Netflix, but we can expect it to be added with some software updates later. But we do get HDR support in YouTube. The phone has a peak brightness of 1200 nits, 402 pixel per inch, and DC dimming. The display looks truly elegant, and the specs clearly offer a good buffet to satisfy any cinephile. Additionally, we've got the in-display fingerprint sensor, which is very accurate, and it's got IP68 rating, meaning they are water resistant in fresh water to a maximum depth of 1.5 meters for up to 30 minutes. Processor. It's the world's first phone with MediaTek Dimensity 8020 processor. It's made by TSMC on a 6nm process. It's an octa-core processor. It's got 4 Cortex-A78 cores clocked at 2.6 GHz, 4 Cortex-A55 cores clocked at 2 GHz, and the GPU is ARM Mali G7709. Coming to benchmarks, the Antutu score is 683678, and in stress test we got an excellent stability value of 99.1%. Now to give you a perspective in regards to processing power, the Dimensity 802 is much powerful than the Snapdragon 778G Plus processor seen in Nothing Phone 1 and Motorola Edge 30, as is clearly evident from the Antutu score, but it is not able to compete with the likes of the all-powerful 7 Plus Gen 2 processor, having a whopping value of 944244 Antutu score, which is seen in Poco F5. So it's a decently performing processor, which stands in between the Snapdragon 778G Plus and the 7 Plus Gen 2 processor. Now the RAM and ROM comes only in one variant, the 8GB 256GB. The RAM is 8GB LPDDR4X, and the ROM is 256GB UFS 3.1, the maximum standard which is supported by the processor. The rear has a dual camera setup, and heavy praises to Motorola for dropping the triple camera gimmick. The primary camera is a 50MP camera with OIS. The aperture is 1.4 and is the widest in the segment, 2 micrometer ultra pixel and PDIF, and the second one is a 13MP ultra wide angle camera with OIS, which also works as a macro camera. Well played Motorola, well played. Now to give you a picture, the Motorola Edge 40 has the lowest f-stop number at 1.4 when compared with Nothing for One, which has an f-stop number of 1.9, and Google Pixel 6a having an f-stop number of 1.7. Now, lower f-stop numbers translates to wider apertures, meaning it gives more exposure or it lets in more light, which is better for low light scenarios. Plus, it creates a shallow depth of field, making the background blurry, and we will be able to get more dynamic shots using a wider aperture. Now, the front camera is a 32MP camera with a punch hole design. Now, the rear camera observations. The primary camera captures good details, but at times I've observed that it sharpens image a bit too much. The colors are a bit too saturated to offer a vibrant look. The dynamic range is really good, and because of the wide aperture, the primary camera by default offers a shallow field of depth when shooting close-up objects. It lets in more light, so in low light conditions there's a good balance of details and colors with well-exposed shadows and controlled highlights. Now regarding the wide-angle camera, there is distortion around the edges, but that's quite common for ultra-wide-angle camera lenses. The ultra-wide sensor, it also supports autofocus, and it is able to shoot high-resolution macro shots, but the macro images weren't as color accurate. The rear main camera can shoot portrait images at 24mm, 35mm and 50mm. Subject segmentation is accurate in most cases. The blur look unnatural, and the skin tones look too soft when capturing human subjects. Now regarding the front camera, it fails to get the skin tones right most of the time, and it adds in a pinch of red hue in the selfies clicked. Also, while portrait mode offers a creamy background blur, it also blurred out parts of the subject. And regarding recording, both the rear and the front camera can capture 4K videos at 30 FPS. The overall color reproduction and dynamic range of the rear and the front cameras are good. The rear camera comes with OIS and does a decent job. And there is a beautiful feature known as Horizon Lock feature at 1080p, which keeps the footage upright and level when the camera rotates 360 degrees. And this camera is for audio zoom, which basically focuses on the audio of the subject which is being zoomed in on the camera. Now regarding gaming, the phone is decently smooth. The phone has hypercritical graphite cooling system, which dissipates heat much faster than standard cooling technology, giving high performance. Games like BGMI and Asphalt and COD can be played on higher settings, and we will not face any issues except for some negligible heating problems. OS. The OS is MyOS skin based on Android 13. There are no ads, no bloatwares, and Motorola offers a very clean UI experience. The OS is really optimized and the experience is fluid-like. There is no lag or delay when it comes to switching between apps. Additionally, Motorola offers some noteworthy features like Ready For, where you can cast your mobile screen to other displays. Also, we've got Moto Secure, which lets you create a secure folder for your most sensitive information. It also manages network security and controlling app permissions. And we also got the ThinkShield, where our data is protected from malware, phishing and other threats by the ThinkShield suite of hardware and software features. And we get 2 years of Android update and 3 years of security update. My only prayer is Motorola will roll out the updates timely. Now battery. This is one place where the phone fails to captivate. The phone is powered by a 4400 mAh battery, but to make it for it, the phone has 68-watt turbo power charging. It also supports wireless charging of 15 watt. It's not like the solo wireless charging which we have seen in Google Pixel 7a. It's a proper 15 watt wireless charging, which is honestly a big plus in this segment, and it supports reverse charging as well. Now with this 68 watt charging, we can get juiced up from 0 to 50% in 17 minutes and all the way from 0 to proper super sane 100% in 50 minutes. If you have a 120Hz display with a 5000 mAh battery, it will last 6 hours. So with a 144Hz display working with 50% brightness or above, this 4400 mAh battery can give at most 4 to 5 hours of screen on time. Keep this point in your mind. Now connectivity. It supports 14 5G bands, it supports Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.2 and dual Fuji VoLTE. Now the price. The phone is priced at $29,999 for the one variant, 8GB, 256GB. And regarding the phone service, we've got Moto Premium Care, which is specifically designed for Motorola Edge users, where we get 24/7 WhatsApp service, free pickup and drop, and free standby device while the phone is under repair. And this is available across 371 cities of India. Pretty neat. Now the pros and cons of this phone. Firstly, the pros. It's an amazing phone for multimedia affairs with the 144Hz P OLED display, bright curved panel, HDR10 Plus support, Dolby Atmos support, and the phone is a clear winner for Visual Jamboree. The phone is a proper enchanter. with its premium fit and finish. It's got a lightweight body and is of solid build. It has got all the luxury features like IP68 rating, 58-watt wireless support, which is truly rare on the 30K segment. It's got NFC support. It provides a smooth and short experience which is properly ad-free. Hence, we get a clean UI experience. It supports eSIM and it supports 14 5G bands. Now, regarding the cons, the number one is the most obvious. Battery is properly mediocre. With 4400 mAh battery, we can expect a screen on time of 4 to 5 hours. Secondly, the camera needs improvement. Thirdly, the Android upgrades are not timely. There is no 3.5mm audio jack or a micro SD card slot. And lastly, a bit of an observation, but the phone gets a bit hot after hours of gaming. So what's my verdict? If you're looking for an aesthetically appealing, premium looking phone with an amazing curved display which provides sensational audio-visual experience, good performance chipset, and if you fancy some grandeur attributes like IP68 rating, wireless charging, then I would say you go for this phone. But if your desideratum is having a great camera, longer screen on time, and timely Android updates, then abstain from purchasing this phone. Now the alternatives. Under 30K segment, if you're eyeing on raw performance, definitely go with Poco F5. And if great camera is a requisite, I highly recommend Redmi Note Pro Plus or the Galaxy A34. With that, we are winding up this session. Thanks a lot for watching. Do like, share and subscribe to Jeff in Tech English. Do you enjoy such detailed contents? Until next time, take care and bye. God bless.